Look, if you're under 25 right now, I want to share with you some powerful lessons that will completely change your life. Now, you can ignore this at your own devices. This is going to be the most powerful video that you watch. Today's my 25th birthday. I just turned 25, and last night I was walking along this pier back here where these yachts are parked, and I was just contemplating, I was thinking, what would I tell my 20-year-old self? What lessons have I learned over the past 5 years, but really 7 years of my entrepreneurial journey that I can pass on to my younger self as if I was watching this video? Now, I have some notes here on my phone that I want to share with you. I've compiled these. I was spending last night just contemplating, reflecting, journaling, and I want to share this with you because if you are watching this video right now, you're likely either a young man or a young woman, and you're an entrepreneur, you're in business, or you want to be, or you want to have and live the life that you desire. Right now, I just moved to Miami, Florida from Toronto, Canada, and I'm telling you, if you're in the space where you want to change your environment, you want to transform your life, you want to make more money, you want to grow your business and scale it to the point where you never have to worry about money again, you can go live, work wherever you want and have that freedom of your time, but also your finances to go do whatever you want, whenever you want, then again, this video is for you. So I want you to explain, and I'm going to start it off with this, and I want you to understand that your life situation and your life, they're two separate things, okay? And what do I mean by that? Your life is what's happening right now. Your life situation is all of the things in the past and in the future that are transpiring. Those are the things like your financial well-being, your finances, your state of your body, your mindset. All of these things are your life situation. Maybe your environment where you grow up, right? Maybe you're still in your hometown. Maybe you moved to a new city, right? This is your life situation, your life circumstances. Then you have your life. Your life is happening now. And I want to read you what I have here. And these are some notes that I've compiled, and I want to read them to you. Your life is now. Your life and your life situation are two separate things. Your life situation exists in time, but your life is happening right now. And I want you to really understand that. Your life exists in the present moment, in the now. On the other hand, your life situation, your finances, your state of your business or your career, your relationships, these are situations that exist in your mind. Okay, these are things that happen in your mind and they're held to you through your memory. Okay, understand this. And too often, we allow our mind to consume the present moment, and in doing so, we fail to recognize the difference between our thoughts and reality itself. And I want you to understand how profound this is, okay? Because I think a lot of the times we're in our life situation and we get consumed by it. We get consumed by, where I am in life. Because when I was first starting out on my entrepreneurial journey, I was 18 years old. And it really goes days back way before that, because I was, in high school. I was a plug in high school. I was also, doing car detailing business. I also had a paper route where I was going door to door knocking and selling newspaper subscriptions. But when I was 18 is when I started my first business, a social media marketing agency. So that was about 7 years ago now. And one of the things is I was living in my dad's basement. I had just dropped out of college in my first semester. I was living in the basement. I was delivering pizza for Pizza Hut, and my life situation was shit, right? But like my parents were also going through a divorce, and I talk about my story in other videos, but the thing is, my life situation on the outside was shit, but on the my inside, my life situation, I didn't allow that to affect me. They're two separate things. They exist in my mind, and it exists in your mind. And my life is happening now. In that present moment, I was just grateful that I was learning. I was seeking mentors. I was reading. I was able to really callous my mind to become the man I wanted to become. And so your life is now in this present moment. And so what you need to do is you need to be grateful for your situation. You need to be present in your situation, soak it in. And what I want you to do as well is take photos of your journey. Take photos of what's going on in your life situation. Document these things so that you can tell your story. I'd taken pictures of me delivering pizzas. I wish I did it more. Taking pictures in the basement because I knew that one day I was not going to be in that situation. And here I am today. I'm 25 years old. I've made close to $4 million with my business, and my business now does about 200 grand a month, and I'm just going to be blowing it up this year. So your life can change quick, okay? But I want you to understand that your life situation, everything that's happening to you, that's happened in the present, right? Because everything that's not happening right now is in the past, and everything that's in the future that hasn't already transpired yet, that's in the future. So understand these two things are different. And why this is powerful, because your life unfolds right now, okay? It's not in the past, it's not in the future. And I want to read this to you. The past is your identity gets wrapped up in the past. The past gives you an identity through your former experiences. In the future, we look into the future as our savior, hoping that, something will happen and something will come save us. And a lot of the times, what we try to do is we try to put the burden of our problems, we try to put the burden of our situation in the hands of other people and hope that they're going to come and save us. Nobody's going to come and save you. You need to build your own life raft, your own lifeboat, and go and save yourself, okay? And together, the past and the future hold power over you, okay? The past itself is giving this identity, right? And the future is these hope-filled promises. So you need to detach from the past and the future and live in this moment right now. Embrace your situation, embrace what's going on, and embrace what you're going through right now, right? Only visiting the past and the future briefly when needed to gain perspective and retrieve lessons and formulate a vision for your life. So you look to the future to formulate that vision, and you look to the past to retrieve those memories, those experiences that you had in the past, whether good or bad, okay? And so that's the first point, is understand that your life situation and your life are two different things, and your life is in the present moment, what's happening now. So embrace it, be grateful, and be present in what you're doing, because this is going to allow you to create the life that you desire, okay? Number two is you need to find a mentor, okay? And you need to do your due diligence, because there's a lot of these fake gurus out there that are promising you the world, promise you this and that. But I'm telling you, you need to find a mentor, and you need to pay him or her as much fucking money as they ask and shell it out, put it out there, because when you put the money out, it comes back to you, okay? If you hoard it, you hoard this money, right? It's going to then, you're gonna feel like you're saving money, you're actually making more money, but you're actually gonna feel more cramped and you're gonna get constricted, okay? And so if you want to grow, you want to expand, you need to outflow the money, because outflow equals inflow. You need to put the money out there, and the best investment you can make is in yourself. And so you need to find a mentor, and you need to align yourself and stick with that mentor for years, okay? So you don't want to find a mentor that has been around for like 2 years. You want to find a mentor that has a track record, been in the market for, 3, 4, 5, 8 years, 10 years. You need to align with them and then stick with them for the long term, because you're not going to be able to fully soak in the lessons and all of the actual insights and the principles that they have to offer if you just go and you learn from them for like 3 months and then you just dip, okay? That's not what true mastery. You need to become this apprentice under your mentor, and you need to soak in every fucking thing that they say. Okay, I paid one of my mentors $176,000, and if you don't believe me, I'm not going to really edit this video, so I might not show the receipts, but I'll create another video on that. I paid one of my mentors $176,000 over the past 5 years now, and it's made me over $4 million. Okay, so you think about the input versus the output is asymmetrical, and those principles are going to be lasting me throughout my entire career as an entrepreneur. And so pay mentors, find guys that are years ahead of you, that are where you want to be, that are giving you the insights, and go pay for them. Find multiple mentors, go invest into multiple people, because you're gonna find that one that sticks and that changes your fucking life, and that ultimately alters the trajectory of your family tree. And that's my mission. And so if I can be that mentor for you, great. If not, then find a mentor, stick with them, and pay them as much money as possible. If it's 10 grand, what I did was I got a line of credit. I had to beg my dad and sell my dad. This is why a salesperson, and you, as you're a real entrepreneur, you go and find the money and you sell people to give you the money. Went to my dad, got him to co-sign on a line of credit for me to go and get a line of credit, right? And which was about 10 grand at the time. And so I was 18, 19 years old at the time. And I went and I took half of the money and I went and bought mentors. I bought courses, I paid mentorship. One of the mentors, 2 grand, 5 grand, 6 grand. And I just invested into that. The other like 5 grand, half of it, I put into the financial markets, which was not really smart at the time, but I wanted to, build and invest. And we're gonna come back to that later, because I have a whole point on investing. But when you go into investing in yourself, that's the best investment you can possibly make. It's not in crypto, it's not in currencies and commodities, forex or real estate. It's in yourself, okay? And so invest in yourself. Again, find the mentor, pay the 10 grand, 25 grand, 50 fucking grand, whatever it is. Again, I pay my mentor, one of them, 50 grand a year now to learn from him, be in proximity. And it's also the relationships that mentor can bring to you and actually provide you. So invest in a mentor early on, and don't be afraid to spend the big money and fucking just shell it out, because it's gonna come back to you, okay? Another point, who you are today, and I want you to understand this, who you are today is not capable of achieving your dreams. Because if you were, you would already have it and you'd already be in that position, okay? So you need to become more. If you want more, you need to become more, okay? And I want you to read a quote. This is from one of my programs, but it's called Breakthrough Engineering, okay? There is a science to achieving massive breakthroughs in life and business. You first must cast the vision, right? We talked about that, cast the vision. Define what you really want. And then what you need to do is you will need to match the frequency on which you're operating to the reality and live as if you're already experiencing this new reality, and become the person you need to become. You need to become the person you need to become, that identity. You need to shift that inside of yourself in order to achieve it. And you need to turn your vision and your goals into unbreachable standards, okay? And when you're at a peak of a new cycle, right, because you're at a peak where you're on top, you're making the most money, you're in the most healthiest shape, you're in the best shape, what you need to do is you need to become hyper aware of your thoughts, feelings, and actions and behaviors, and consciously dig deeper to fight every microfiber of your being, to stay consistent. Once you penetrate your old high, so you made more money, you made an extra 2 grand, 5 grand this month, or you close a couple more clients, or you got in the best shape, you've been into the gym 7 days in a week or for 30 days straight, you need to fight that to stay consistent. And once you penetrate this old high, you need to set it as a new low, a new baseline, a floor. And over time, after stacking these S curves, right, because you stack these S curves, they'll explode into an exponential growth curve. And understand this, you will do nothing to achieve your vision, but you will fight like hell not to breach your standards. And so what you must do is you need to turn your vision and your goals into unbreachable standards. You need to set new floors, and the ceiling vanishes on what you truly accomplish in life. And that is a quote from one of my programs that I screenshotted. I want you to really take that in, rewind it if you need to. But understand this, glass ceilings do not fucking exist. People always say, I need to smash through my glass ceiling. They don't exist. If you're stuck at a certain level, it's because you haven't upgraded your standards, your mind. You haven't upgraded your identity. And so you're still operating on this low frequency, this low level, and you're not actually able to break this glass ceiling when it's a fucking imaginary, right? And what you need to do is you need to set a floor, a new baseline for yourself. Okay? If you want to reach 10K, 50K, 100K a month, if you want to become a million, if you want to run $1 billion business, 8-figure business, whatever the case may be, you need to operate that way now, in this moment, and then you're going to then attract, and you're going to become that person that's able to achieve it. Because again, once you shift that, what's going to happen is you're going to start to shift your thoughts, because who you are right now is going to have the same thoughts, feelings, actions, behaviors that are going to produce the same results that you've gotten in the past. So if you want new results, you need to then shift that, become someone new. You're going to have new thoughts, you're going to have new feelings, you're going to have new behaviors, you're going to take new actions that are going to produce new results, okay? And understand this, your new reality already exists, okay? And you can experience it before it happens in the physical realm through new thoughts and new emotional responses to the experience of this new reality. So what you need to do is you need to sit, and I know people talk about visualization, manifestation, Think and Grow Rich, right? But I want you to understand this, is like you can sit there and you can visualize, and through your senses, your modalities, you can experience your new reality becoming. And so I want to give you a prime example of this. So when I was 19 years old, I always envisioned having a penthouse downtown Toronto, okay? I used to, when I was building my marketing agency, I would lay on my bed in the morning and at night, and I would literally visualize, I would feel my hands on the balcony, smelling the fresh air, looking at the expansive view of the CN Tower, the lake view, the city view, and I would feel it. I would feel it as if I was already in that actual reality right now. I felt the money flowing into my bank account. I felt my business expanding. I felt me becoming the next person that I needed to become. And when I was 20, I moved into that penthouse downtown Toronto. I think 21, I was in there, maybe 2021. Can't really remember. Years are mixing by now. But I moved into there and I stood on the balcony and I had seen that same vision. I had felt and lived that reality years prior. Okay, and that's true manifestation. So you need to visualize, and what you need to do is you need to tap into the unfamiliar. Because if you follow Joe Dispenza, if you read any of his books, he says that you can't create anything new from the known. You can only create from the unknown. So you need to tap into the unknown. You need to go into using your modalities, your imagination, your mental faculties that are going to promote you to actually create something from the new. So you need to tap into this state where you've never experienced this before. So how can you achieve something, or how can you get something you've never experienced before? We need to think, and you need to live as if, and visualize it and imagine it before it ever comes into physical reality. Anything that you see, this phone, this iPhone, this watch, whatever the case may be, these things were all made before they, like in the mind, before they ever came into physical reality. Someone designed this. Someone designed this camera. Someone designed this building that I'm standing behind. Someone designed these boats behind me, right? They're all a figment of the imagination before they're brought into physical reality. So you need to tap into the unfamiliar, and you need to experience your new reality now. Okay, so a lot of the times you think is, oh, when I get there, then I'm gonna do this, or when I get to this position, then I'm gonna go there. It's like, no, you need to experience this new reality now, and then what you need to do is you need to come back in this state, and you need to act as if you were already in that position. When I was broke as fuck, I would shell out money, I'd buy courses, I'd spend money I didn't have, and again, it's not necessarily the best financial sense, but these are investments, okay? I wasn't going to the grocery store looking, or the Starbucks, and like, oh, spending $3 on a fucking coffee. I was like, no, I'm abundant. If I had $1 billion, would I act the same way? Fuck no, I'm not gonna be in this little scarcity mindset. And so you can't be living like that if you want an abundant life, okay? You need to experience your new reality now. Live as if you're already in it, and again, visualize it. Because it already does exist. Time just hasn't caught up yet. And really take that in. Time just hasn't caught up yet. You're already living this now, okay? And growth, it comes from staring yourself in the mirror and asking yourself hard questions. Venturing down the deep, dark crevices of your mind to face the truth, the unfiltered reality. And the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. And that's a quote. The last part, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek, is by Joseph Campbell. And so I want you to understand that is that who you are right now, again, when you're starting to build this level up, you're starting to build this character, build this life for yourself, you have to go and face yourself. Look in the mirror, ask yourself those hard questions. Sit in the dark at night. I can't tell you how many nights I was in the basement alone in the dark at fucking 2 a.m., sitting on the edge of my bed, asking myself hard questions. Why are you not waking up on time? Why the fuck are you still, going to bed at 1 a.m.? Why are you not reading? Why are you doing these things? And then I started asking myself questions and calling myself out on the bullshit, because this is the unfiltered reality. A lot of people want to front and they want to put on this image, and you may want to put this image on, especially for social media and Instagram and even YouTube and all these different platforms, whatever, right? But it's like, what's the unfiltered reality? What's the truth underneath the fucking layers, okay? Go down the deep corridors of your mind, which you're afraid to go down, and pull those things off the shelf and read them. Read the stories, read the fucking things you're afraid to go through. And once you realize that the demons you're battling, holding you back, are merely version of yourself you hide in the shadows of your mind, you will face that sinister motherfucker, and you'll shine the light on it, burn it to its ashes, and rise like a fucking phoenix born again. And this is liberation. If you're wondering where I'm getting these quotes from, these are things that I've written down, but I've also posted them on Instagram. I'm going to link it below. I don't really go on Instagram too much, but if you want to find me, I drop so much gems. But realize that. Once you realize that the people always talk about these demons are versions of yourself that are holding you back. They're the fucking people in the shadows, the things in the shadows that you hide, that you shy away from, that you're not willing to go and actually confront. Okay, once you confront those, everything goes away and you start to grow, you start to expand, these things start to vanish, okay? And this is true liberation, okay? And the number one thing that you should be focused on is making enough money to where you can change your environment, okay? And you can step into your dream habitat. So this is, I'm telling you, one of the biggest things that was for me of what I need to do, because I was living in my hometown had all these people around me that, I mean, I quote unquote, they're fucking losers in a sense, right? I have my hometown homies that I love, and they're still to this day, I love them. But then there's those other ones that are just like associates, colleagues that just like you were just around, right? That you know they don't promote you, they know they don't build you up, they know they don't support you, they know that they're, you know, subconsciously hoping that you fail and you don't make it, okay? You need to cut those out, and you need to, if you live in your hometown right now, you need to then focus everything on making enough money so you can change your environment. That's the number one thing for me, was just change my environment, okay? This will allow you the space, the freedom of thought, the tranquility to architect and sculpt the elite fucking specimen that you're designed to be, okay? And you don't want to fuck around when it comes to the energy you let in your life. Choose places, partners, conversations wisely, because they become you, okay? I have to understand this. So your main focus right now, whether you run a marketing agency, you run a consulting business, you run whatever type of business, e-com, whatever it is, you should be focused on making enough money. And if you're not making enough money right now and you're in a job or something like that, you should be focused on getting out of that, building a business, a cash flow business. Ideally, first off, a service-based business, so that you can start building the cash flow where you can move out and change your environment. That will completely change the game for you, okay? And understand this, in less than 365, your life can do a 180. Your life can change fast, okay? With a compounded effort over time, realize that your life can change quick. True exponential growth, though, will happen in 3, 5, 10 years. So I want you to think about this. Right now, I'm 25. I just turned 25 today, okay? One of the things that I realized is that by 25, I mean, I had massive goals. I thought I'd have like $100 million. I thought I'd be a billionaire by now, just because I was when I was younger. But I also, even like when I was young, I thought like, oh, I'm gonna make like millions of dollars within the first year or whatever. And then it took some time for me to build it up. And I'm not saying that you can't make millions of dollars in the first year, but understand that these longer time horizons, 3, 5, 10 years, is really what makes the massive exponential growth, because it compounds over time. And there's a quote where he says, we overestimate what we can do in 1 year and grossly underestimate what we can do in 10, okay? And so I want you to really understand that, because, you know, I always thought that I would be, again, this 100 million, 10 million, whatever by now. But you have to understand that you prioritize, and the skills that you're building right now, the character traits that you're building right now, are gonna allow you to what's helped you to grow in 5, 10 years. The books you read, the people you surround yourself, the environments you put yourself in, the mentors you learn from, the things that you consume on a daily basis, these create you. And what I did back in the day when I dropped out of college and I was just reading books, I would even park my car at the fucking bus station. When I had a car, I could drive to the college for the first semester I was there. I would park the car in the bus station, and I would go and take the bus so that I could read books for 30 minutes there and back. So an hour I could read a book, and that's how I'd read so much, and I'd just read books all the time, and I was consume my mind. And so while most people want to go and, again, listen to music in the car, I'm listening to audiobooks. While people wanted to then go do whatever, I was reading, I was studying, I was learning. I didn't party. Pussy didn't matter to me, and excuse my language, whatever, but I just put myself in the position where I put everything on the line. I went all in. And so you have to do the same thing, and you have to understand that, you know, what happens in a year, your life can change in 365. Your whole life can do a 180. But understand it's the compounded effort, so you got to put it in and understand that it's not going to happen maybe in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, but what's going to happen is in a year, you're going to see massive progress. 2 years, even more. 5 years, you're going to be a completely different fucking being. 10 years, it's going to be like you transcended. Every single fiber of your being is going to be new. Every cell in your body is going to be restored and regenerated. And so you have to understand that, okay? Another point here. It's about the money until it's not about the money. Okay, and what do I mean by this? A lot of the times, you're fixated on, I just need to make 10 grand, I just need to make 50 grand, I want to make 100K a month, whatever, right? And it's all about the money, because you're thinking about the things it can buy you, the experience it can buy you, the clout that you can get from it. But it's about the money until it's not about the money. Once you start making, honestly, man, like 10K, 30K a month, even like 10 to 15K a month, you don't need much more than that, right? You really don't, okay? All your needs are, you could live in basically any place in the world for 15K a month and have a really beautiful penthouse or whatever you want, house, and you can rent it, and you get food, buy whatever you want and still have some money left over, okay? So once you get above like 10, 15K, 20K a month net, right, that you're making personally in personal income, Nothing else, it doesn't really matter, okay? So it's about the money until it's not about the money, and what you do beyond that is what matters, your purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? And it's deeper than just, oh, what's my purpose? It's what actually is in your soul of why you want to do this. Is it for your family? Is it for your future family? One thing that drives me a lot is for my future family, my future wife, my future kids. These are the things that drive me a lot. The legacy that I'm going to leave for my family for generations, and helping other people transform generations. Because there's people, maybe you're watching this right now, you have a generation of generational curses where they're, maybe divorce is common. That's like in my family. Maybe, broke, people not having a lot of money. Maybe your family, your parents have money issues. Mine did too, right? And so that was one of probably things that would happen with divorce, of money problems. So these are the things that you can break and absolutely break through. And so you have to think about, what is your purpose? Why are you doing what you're doing? Is it just to make money? No, because after a certain level, that shit doesn't matter, okay? So you need to go into those deep levels, and I'll share with you a verse from the Bible, of which I love, and which I actually have a neon sign of, because I love this, and this is what I live by. It's 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 2-4. Be shepherds of God's flock that is under your care, watching over them, not because you must, but because you are willing, as God wants you to be, not pursuing dishonest gain, but eager to serve, not lording it over these entrusted to you, but being examples of the flock. And when the chief shepherd appears, you'll receive the crown of glory that will never fade away. Okay? And so what this means is that my purpose, and this is part of my purpose, and I really love this verse, because I'm here to give you, my clients, people around me, I'm here to serve, even my friends, my entrepreneurial friends, anybody that's around me, my family. I'm here to serve at the highest level, not for my own dishonest gain, because that doesn't matter to me. I don't care about making more money. I don't care about these things. Because again, at a certain level, it doesn't matter, especially when you start to build the skills, the character, and everything. Bro, you could take everything away from tomorrow. I'll build a 100 to 500K a month business within the next 3 months, right? Under 3 months, I'll be back at 100K. When my Facebook ads got shut down two years ago now, or 18 months ago, our business dipped like 60-70% of the business just gone, because we were relying so much on Facebook. But then I got the business back in 3 months to 150K a month from zero, or not zero, it was like 50K a month, whatever, right? But I was making like 150K a month, went down to like 50K a month, right? And so I got it back up to 150K a month in 3 months just by going back through, because I built the skills, I built the things. So it's about those things, and it's not really about the money, it's about the skills, the disciplines, and the character traits, and also the purpose and the why of why you're doing it. So it's about the money until it's not about the money, okay? Another thing is you need to set the right foundations. You don't want to speed along and neglect certain areas, business, finances, profit. You don't need to focus on too much on revenue and gloating about figures. They forget about profit, taxes, skill developments, health, fitness, relationships. So you need to set the right foundations. A lot of the times, I see this all the time. You start making some money and then people just want to go start a course. I had to go in the trenches. I was kicked in the fucking teeth every day, cold calling, sending out audits to businesses, going in person, door-to-door knocking to businesses. These are things that built me, the strong foundation, building my business on solid concrete rather than sand. And a lot of people, they build these faulty foundations because they try to speed along. They try and, they cut corners, especially, I would say this, especially on the business side of finances and taxes and all these things, that they avoid it. And I'll tell you, this is one of the mistakes I made, because I wanted to go so fast. I was so focused on making more money, that when I was 20 or 21, I made like 200 or 500 grand or whatever net or whatever, or something like that. And I got hit with a fucking $60,000 tax bill. And what I didn't realize is I had an accountant, right? Also find good accountants, we'll talk about that as well. And we'll talk about the infrastructure, but hit with like $60K tax bill, but I wasn't putting money away. And so I had to pay $60K, so I'm like, fuck, I need to make more money to be able to pay this off. Okay, so you want to focus on those things. Don't speed along. Set the right foundations. Set up the right infrastructure. Get an accountant. Get a bookkeeper to reconcile your books weekly, monthly. And hire a good CPA who knows what the fuck he's doing, because I think my CPA fucked around and I probably paid way more taxes than I probably should have, right? So you want to do these things early on, right? And so that's the very first thing. That's a very early lesson that I learned early on, which I'm grateful for. And so I put the right systems in place. I put the right process in place. I got a good accountant. I got bookkeeping. Everything is on point, okay? And In business, you have to realize this. So setting the right foundations. In business, you get paid in direct proportion to the severity of the problems you solve and the value that you create. And so a lot of the time where you're solving or you're doing things that aren't creating a lot of value. So the more value you create, the problems that you can solve, the bigger the problems, the more value you create and the more money you're going to make. So you want to build good foundations, and you want to not go too fast, because speed in business is key, but you also have to make sure that all your stuff is aligned, but you don't want that to paralyze you in inaction. Move fast, go quick, but make sure you have the right infrastructure, and make sure that you don't speed along too fast and too far that you neglect certain areas, okay? And especially in your personal life. Another thing, ownership and partnerships, okay? You want to keep ownership. Ownership is key. Ownership is about owning business, owning the rights to your business, owning, whether it's, if you're a musician, like owning your masters, owning like businesses, owning buildings, owning real estate. But I want to talk more in terms of like your business and partnerships, okay? You want to keep ownership, keep a larger amount. You want to keep majority shares if you can, okay? And you want to build a team and pay people really well, and then eventually put them on like profit share, get them aligned with the business, okay? Because if they're aligned with the business, they're going to feel that they have ownership in the business as well, and they're going to work like they're an owner, okay? And that's what they're going to create, and they're going to spend 15 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, 7 days a week to build the business with you, is if they have ownership, okay? And you want to find and vet the right business partner. Don't jump into business with someone right away, okay? It's an early lesson I learned early on. But then I'll also share with you a lesson of how it's actually a blessing. You always want to meet the person in person first. So meet them in person first. Their vibe is everything. If their vibe is off, if it's telling you not to do it, if their work ethic's not at your level or beyond your level, then don't fucking get in business with this person, okay? If their vibe is off, you feel something's off, your gut feeling, go with your gut feeling. Don't go in business, and always meet them in person. Spend a couple days with them, see how they are beyond just the screens, okay? In person, because in real life they can't hide, okay? And you can feel their vibe. It's a feeling, okay? So if you ever think about getting in business, do that, okay? But I also tell you that having a business partner is one of the biggest blessings, especially if you find someone, and I recommend if you do get into business with someone, find someone with the opposite and complementary skill sets than yourself. So what are your strengths? What are you best at? What are you good at? What do you hate doing? And invert these things, right? So what do you love doing? Invert it. What do you hate doing? Okay? That's so key, because I love business. I love sales. I love marketing. I love leadership. I love just building, I love building things. But then I'm also not good, as you probably know, I just told you the story about taxes, infrastructures, operations, these things. I fucking hate it. And so I have my business partner, he takes care of all those, and we make a great team and absolute killers, because we're both A players in their respective fields. He's an absolute wizard at technology, at systems, operations, finances. And so I can take all of the focus on the business of generating new revenue, generating more clients, and scaling the business, and he can focus on the back end stuff that I'm not good at. So find someone with opposite and complementary skills to yourself if you get into partnership. But I would say keep ownership until you find that A fucking player. And once you do, again, make sure you test them as well. So always test them and work for a period of time together. See their work ethic. Are they at or beyond your level? Okay. Now I have a bunch of just like bullet points that I want to rattle off now. Think and act long term. You want to delay gratification, and don't be afraid and guilty of spending money on yourself when you deserve it, okay? So you want to delay gratification, meaning delay the things of like what you're doing. So don't buy the whip right away. Don't buy the watch, the fancy watch right away. Don't do these things right away. Delay the gratification and make it hurt, okay? And this is maybe sound counterintuitive, but feel the pain where you could go do this, but you're resisting your impulses. There's many times where I wanted to go to buy that fucking Mercedes AMG, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it, okay? But I'll tell you this, at certain parts, if you deserve it, go spend your money. Some parts of me wish I did earlier on, right? Because you wanna enjoy it, especially when you're young. You wanna enjoy these things, okay? Go, and when you deserve it, don't be afraid to ball out and lash out on yourself, okay? But delay the gratification and make sure that you're also having fun and you're having those good experiences, okay? And again, you want to think long-term, and you want to have a vision and a mission that you're fighting for, your why, okay? Your why has to be more strong, okay? And so what you want to do is you want to focus on the what, you want to fuck the when, you want to forget the how, and you want to never forget the why, okay? And you want to always remember the why, okay? So focus on the what you want, right? Fuck the when. It doesn't matter when it happens. Again, whether it's in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, it doesn't matter. At least you hit your goal and your objective, and you're not sitting and living an average fucking life. And you want to forget the how, because the how will find itself. You'll find mentors, you'll find different positions, you'll find different people in your life, in your network that will get you there. You'll figure it out, okay? Forget the how, and you always want to remember the why, okay? That is really key. So you always want to have that vision, that why of why you're doing it, okay? And you need to go all in. You need to burn the fucking boats, and you need to seize the island, okay? You need to put your back against the wall, okay? There was times when I started making money, I had money, I was making like $30K a month, and I was like, I'm moving into the penthouse in Toronto. And so at the time, I was like, burned all the ships, just did it, went all in with this, right? Same thing when I quit my job at Pizza Hut. I was delivering pizzas in the back, and I fucking hated it. But I just did that because I knew it was funding my dream. And this is actually another point I want to say, is don't have so much pride where you don't do these things that are going to be able to fund your dream. If you need to go drive Uber, if you need to go fucking deliver pizzas for Pizza Hut like I did, or you need to go and fucking sweep floors in order to fund your dream, and so you're not in this scarcity mindset worried about money when there's no money coming in, then fucking do it. Don't have so much pride that you're unable to then realize your dream, because what happens is if you're so focused on like, no, fuck a job, fucking 9 to 5, all these things, but that's going to help you get what you really want to go. Find a thing, especially if you're in that earlier phases in your business. I'm talking maybe like you're just getting started, maybe you're under 10K a month. Go do those things, right? Drive Uber. It's so easy to do Uber Eats, whatever the case may be, DoorDash, whatever. And so that you can set your own schedule, you can set your own hours, so you can spend majority of your time on the business and focusing on yourself. So you can set the hours, maybe do it from like, I don't know, 7 to like 12 at night, whatever, 4 or 5 hours at nighttime, where you can spend majority of your day prospecting, majority of your day selling, getting new clients, building your business up, whatever the case may be. You can do that. So don't be too prideful where you have to do that. But you also want to get to a point where once you're at a certain level, maybe you have some funds, your business is taking off, go all in, burn the fucking boats and seize the island. Put your back against the wall, because you will figure it out. And this creativity breeds constraints, or constraints breed creativity, okay? So when you have these constraints, you're going to be more creative, okay? And so you want to give yourself that. And first and foremost, love what you do, have fun. Again, don't be afraid to blow some money on maybe taking a yacht out with your friends or whatever for your birthday, whatever the case may be. Have fun in the process and do what you love. And also, another point on this is never give up on things that fire you up. If it's a sport that you love, maybe you love playing basketball, for me it's hockey, maybe it's dirt biking, maybe it's making music, then go make the music, go do the sport, play the sport and have fun. Do not but you also want to focus on the business and sacrifice, but don't give up things that you love and that give you that sense of like fulfillment, and that you love doing that. When you go play it, everything else doesn't exist and you're in that flow state, okay? So for me, it's now I love playing sports. I love also going to the gym. I also love making beats. I started making music. I started making beats. So I give myself permission to do these things, and I do these things outside of business. It's not all business, because you're going to actually find more enjoyment. Your life's going to be more fulfilled. You're going to just love it, okay? So find those things, and also find a creative outlet or some sort of outlet that you can do that gives you that sense of like happiness. So I tap back into your childhood things that you love to do, whether it's maybe art, maybe it's just go tap back into those. They'll give you some actual satisfaction in your life, and it'll just make things fun, okay? Another point, especially if you're a male, stop chasing pussy, okay? So I know it's so easy these days, go on Instagram, go on Tinder, go on these dating apps, but I'm telling you, if you're the ages between 18 and 25, cut that shit out, because by the time you're 25, you can be a fucking 1% elite specimen, okay? And so if you cut all those things out, guess what's gonna happen? You're rich, handsome, fit, and they're gonna come to you, okay? Women love money, women love success, women love people that are winning in life. They love winners, okay? Especially the top 1% of women go to the top 1% of guys, okay? Or the top 10% of women go to the top 1% of guys. So if you're a man, you need to then stop chasing these things because there's an abundance, okay? There's so many out there. And if you look on IG, they're all fucking beautiful. There's so many beautiful women, especially in a place like Miami or LA or wherever. They're all around the world. There's no shortage of them, okay? And so get it out of your system early, I would say, because I got it out of my system when I was in high school. I had a girlfriend for like 2 years, and she was like a nymphomaniac. So the thing is, get it out of your system. But once you go into this like new phase between 20 and 25, that's when you got to lock the fuck in, and you need to focus on yourself. Again, build yourself into that elite specimen. Remove all distractions, okay? Remove all distractions, okay? And get off social media. Again, get off social media, these dating apps. They're poison to your brain. Use them to make money. We're so blessed to have these apps and these different mediums to go and share these things. And use them to make money. Get other people to manage them for you, okay? Post the content, use it to make money, okay? Use it for your own benefit, to get leads, to get clients, to scale the business, whatever the case may be. But use these apps to your advantage. Become a producer, not a consumer. Okay? Become a producer, not a consumer. And I want you to understand this: the older you get, the more and more people will give up on their fucking dreams, and you must fight mediocrity and becoming average, okay? So the older you get, once you get up in 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, that's where people just give up on their dreams and they just submit to mediocrity. And so what you need to do is you need to fucking fight that, okay? You need to fight this. And you also, another point is here, you need to seek discomfort, okay? And I know this is a concept that I used to hear all the time. You need to, the life you wanted is on the other side of your comfort zone. I never really understood this until you start making money, until you start getting into positions where you always dreamed of. Like at a position now where I'm making, a couple $100,000 a month, and I have all my base needs. I live in a beautiful place. Like, you can get complacent. That's why I moved to Miami, actually, because I felt complacent. I was in this space, and you need to put yourself in discomfort every day. You need to seek discomfort. Put yourself in these hard spots. Give yourself cold showers. Beat yourself brutally in the gym, fighting yourself to become that next version of yourself that you want to become, because comfort will rob you of your dreams, okay? So you need to become the absolute fucking person you need to become. And you need to do the things that you don't want to do, okay? And you need to do the hard things, especially when you don't feel like doing it, okay? So you need to seek discomfort, and especially when everybody else around you is like, oh, let's go party, let's go do this. No, you go do the thing that you know you must do on your mission to fucking fulfill it and achieve it, okay? Another thing, read 10 pages a daily, okay? I'm telling you, if you just read 10 pages daily and you make that a habit, 10 pages will take you like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. If you read 10 pages, it'll completely change everything. Again, what you feed your mind now over these next 5 years is going to be the person that you become, okay? Move your body daily. Work out, do yoga, fucking do something that's going to boost your heart rate, okay? And I wish I moved my body more. I sit a lot, okay? I work at my desk, I sit a lot. I got a standing desk and I don't use it as much as I should. Right now I am, but move your body. Go for a swim, play basketball, play a sport, go to the gym. Whatever the case may be, but just move your body daily. I can't tell you how much I wish I did. Even stretch your body more. Also, meditate daily. So just spend 20 minutes meditating. I'm telling you, it's gonna clear your mind. You're gonna feel refreshed. You're gonna feel like a new being. You're gonna be able to tap, again, what I was talking about earlier, into that unknown. Because when you step into that unknown, when you're through meditation, you go into this new, basically, universe inside your mind. You start to use your figment of your imagination. You also get clarity, and your mind actually changes. Your brain becomes more focused. You're gonna be able to then remove those distractions, and you're gonna be able to get more stuff done in a shorter amount of time. I have a few more points here, so I'm gonna be wrapping this up, but another one, tap in with God. I know this may be a controversial point, whatever your religion is, but it's more about God and creating a relationship with God, okay? And really feel yourself being in the presence of God, because you are a son or a daughter of God, okay? And so I want you to understand that who you are right now and where you're going in life, God already has this path mapped out for you, okay? And so the closer you can get to him, he's going to give you signs. He's going to give you these overwhelming like senses that you're in the right place. And he's going to actually steer you in the right direction of where you need to go. And so tap in with God, create a relationship with God. I mean, I'm not going to tell you fully like go and read the Bible. I would recommend you read the Bible. I recommend that you go find a church around you and just experience it, tap in with him. But it's really, there's a quote, there's a verse in the Bible. I'm going to butcher it, but I'm going to paraphrase it. It's when you're in the closet alone, when you're praying to God, that's really who he knows that is with him at that time. Because when you're alone, just like when you're alone with your thoughts, it's when you're alone with God, when you're going and you're actually giving God your presence, giving him your attention, giving him your love and your gratitude and thankfulness for him, he's going to bless your life. So tap in with God, create a relationship with God, okay? And another point, there's no destination, and the journey is everything. So embrace the journey. That's what I was saying at the beginning. Your life situation, don't worry about these things. Focus on the present moment. The journey is everything. Enjoy it, right? Be present. A lot of the times what happens, I know, because I watch a lot of people that are a lot older than me give their advice, and it's like, I wish I was more present. I would wish that I was in that moment. For me, I was always present in the moment, and I was always soaking in my current states and my current situations, because I know that the journey is everything. I know that where I am on, the path that I'm on is everything, okay? The journey is everything. Embrace it, okay? Another point is, especially if you're young, travel more frequent. I wish I was traveling more frequent. You know, when the pandemic hit, I was 22 at the time, and boom, then I turned 23 like a month later, and then 24, now I'm 25. So like 3 years gone by, haven't been able to travel much. Now I'm in Florida. So I would say travel more frequent, travel as much as you can, because the travels and the road trips that I did, I went down to the coast of Cali one time, amazing with some of my best friends, but travel more often and do it frequent as much as you can. Again, especially if you have, and especially build a business where you can work remote anywhere in the world, and you can work and make money and do it. Because I'll tell you this, I was driving down the coast of Cali, and I got 2 notifications, boom, boom, 5K. I made like 10K. I was driving down the coast of Cali with my best friends, and we were on a road trip doing a basically surf trip and like just camping and stuff down the coast of Cali, all the way from Tofino, British Columbia, down to like close to near San Diego area. And I got 10K down the coast of Cali. I remember this, and it was one of the best experiences of my life, because I was living that kind of dream of where you're getting paid to live and work wherever. So I highly recommend travel frequent. Another thing is delegate and systematize your personal life. So meal prep, get a house assistant, get a maid that does laundry, that does your errands and stuff. I'm telling you, this probably saved me hundreds, probably thousands of hours over the past 5 years, where early on my mentor was like, man, do not cook. Think about how much time you're spending cooking and then cleaning and doing all this stuff, doing laundry. So I recommend that you systematize your personal life as much as possible, where you can channel all of your energy, all of you and your being into your work, into what you're doing, into what you're creating for yourself. So get meal prep, hire a chef even, go get a house assistant, does your laundry, cleans up, comes in every week and does everything for you. I'm telling you, it's an absolute game changer. And just understand this, I'm gonna end off with this. You must become an elite fucking specimen, okay? And you have to commit to excellence in all facets of your existence. And one of the things I want to leave off with you as well, and I want to invite you to do, is, so I sell a high ticket program, mid 5 figures, like 20, 30K. I also have another one that's mid 4 figures. And so what I did was I took a piece of my program and I turned it into the elite performance, all about high performance, mindset, getting your routines on point, and getting your sleep on point, getting and becoming this elite fucking specimen. And I made it $97. And I know what you're saying, it's $97, you're trying to sell me. This is not a sales video, okay? I made it $97 because I was gonna make it free, but I know that people who pay attention, and they do the work and they get the fucking results, okay? And so I made it $97. It's gonna be in the description. Go take it. I'm telling you, it's 16 hours of my best content. Honestly, this is where everybody should start. If you're in business, if you're not in business, if you have a business, maybe you're 6, 7 figures now, or maybe 8 figures, you need this more than anything, okay? Because if you want to get to the next level, again, it's who you become internally, creating that vision, creating this new self, right? That you can really start to architect and chisel and start to make this new being for yourself. And so if you want access to that, I'm gonna drop the link in the description so you can click on it. And again, listen to what I said. It's about the money until it's not about the money, okay? So I don't do this for money. I don't care about the 97 bucks. Again, it's about who you become in the process. And I'm only doing this because I know that if you pay for it, you're gonna take it serious, you're gonna do the work, and you're gonna get results, and it's gonna change your fucking life, okay? So I'm gonna drop that in the description. It's called Elite Performance. It's gonna absolutely transform your life. So I'm gonna link it below. Go buy it, check it out, devour it, and take massive action, and you're gonna completely fucking alter and become this elite specimen that you're designed to be. Now, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you like this video. These are lessons, basically what I wish I knew when I was 20 years old, and some lessons from my 25 years on this planet, especially in business. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. This is one of the most raw videos I've ever done. And so if you like the video, hit the like button, smash subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.